Hello, I welcome to UPSC Prelims Chaturya series of Shantha Lakshmi IAS Academy, where we will discuss the daily prelims MCQs from the Hindu, Indian Express and PIB. Let's begin. The first question. Consider the following statements with respect to the Global Biofuel Alliance. It is an initiative by India bringing together the biggest consumers and producers of biofuels to drive the development and deployment of the biofuels. 24 countries and 12 international organizations have already agreed to join the alliance. India, Italy, and US are the founding members of the alliance. How many of the statements given above correct? Only one, only two, all three, none of the above. The Global Biofuel Alliance has adopted a work plan focused on assessing country landscapes, drafting policy frameworks, and conducting biofuel workshops, Petroleum and Natural Gas Ministry officials said recently. About this alliance, GBA is a multi-stakeholder alliance of governments, international organizations, and industries. It is an initiative by India bringing together the biggest consumers and producers of the biofuels to drive the development and deployment of the biofuels. It was launched on the sidelines of the 2023 G20 summit in New Delhi. The initiative aims to position biofuels as a key to the energy transition and contribute to jobs and economic growth. Significance of the alliance, it will place emphasis on strengthening the markets, facilitating global biofuels trade, development of concrete policy lesson sharing, and provision of technical support for national biofuels programs worldwide. It intends to expedite the global uptake of biofuels through facilitating capacity building exercises across the value of chain, technology advancement, and intensifying the utilization of sustainable biofuels through the participation of wide spectrum of stakeholders. GPA will facilitate the development, adaptation, and implementation of the internationally recognized standards, codes, sustainability principles, and regulations to incentivize biofuel adoption and trade. The alliance will also act as a central repository of knowledge and an expert hub. 24 countries and 12 international organizations have already agreed to join the alliance. Founding members, India is leading the initiative and the United Nations actively participating in the alliance, and Brazil an important founding member. So the answer is only two, because India, Brazil, and USA are the founding members of the alliance, not Italy. Moving to the next question. Choose correct one with respect to the sickle cell disease. It is an inherited blood disorder. It is marked by flawed hemoglobin. Which of the statement given above is are correct? One only, two only, both one and two, neither one or two. Recently, a 12-year-old boy from USA became the first person in the world with sickle cell disease to begin to a commercially approved gene therapy that cured the condition. About this disease, it is an inherited blood disorder. It is marked by flawed hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is the molecule in red blood cells that carries oxygen to the tissues of the body. People with SCD have a typical hemoglobin molecules called hemoglobin S, which can distort RBCs into a sickle or a crescent shape. SCD interferes with the delivery of oxygen into the tissues. How does it affect the blood flow? Normally, red blood cells are disc-shaped and flexible enough to move easily through the blood vessels. In SCD, red blood cells become a crescent or sickle shape due to a genetic mutation. These sickled RBCs do not bend or move easily and can block blood flow to the rest of the body. What causes it? The cause of SCD is a defective gene called sickle cell gene. A person will born with SCD only if two genes are inherited, one from mother and one from father. Symptoms: early stage, extreme tiredness from the anemia, painful swollen hands and feet, and jaundice. Later stage severe pain, anemia, organ damage and infections. Treatments, a bone marrow transplant that is nothing but stem cell transplant can cure SCD. However, there are treatments that can help relieve symptoms, lessen complications and prolong life. Gene therapy is also being explored as another potential cure. The UK recently became the first country to approve gene therapy treatment for SCD. So the answer is both 1 and 2 are correct. Moving to the next question. Consider the following statements regarding the United Nations General Assembly. The UN General Assembly can grant observer status in the non-member states. Decisions on admissions of new members in the Assembly require a one-third of majority of the members of the General Assembly. The headquarters of the UNGA is located in New York, United States. How many of the statement given above are correct? Only one, only two, all three, none of the above. India backs Palestine a bid for full UN membership. The UNGA adopted a resolution with 143 votes in favor and 9 against, while 25 countries abstained. It does not give Palestinians full membership but recognizes them as a qualified to join. About UNGA, the UNGA is the main policy-making organ of the organization. It provides a unique forum of multilateral discussions of the full spectrum of international issues covered by the Charter of the United Nations. Each of the 193 member states of the United Nations has an equal vote. Decisions on admissions of new members in the Assembly require a two-thirds of majority of the members of the General Assembly. The United Nations General Assembly may grant non-member states, international organizations, other entities permanent observer status. The headquarters of the UNGA is located in New York, United States. So the answer is only 2, because the decisions on admissions of new members in the Assembly require two-thirds of majority of the members of the General Assembly, not one-third. Moving to the next question. With reference to the Batagaika crater, consider the following statements. Batagaika crater is situated in Russia's far east. It is the world's largest 1 kilometer long permafrost crater. Which of the statement given above are not correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, neither 1 or 2. According to a new study, a huge crater in Siberia, permafrost, is growing by 35 million cubic feet every year as the frozen ground melts. About this crater, it is also called the gateway to the underworld by some locals in Russia's Czech Republic. Location: it is located in the Russia's far east that forms the world's biggest permafrost crater. It is a crater or megaslump, features a rounded cliff face that was first spotted on satellite images in 1991 after a section of hillside collapsed in a Yana uplands of northern Yakutia in Russia. Scientists believed that the crater is the result of a melting permafrost land which was frozen during the Quaternary Ice Age 2.58 million years ago. So the answer is neither 1 nor 2, because both these statements are correct. Moving to the next question. Consider the following statements about Indian Agricultural Research Institute. It is India's largest and foremost institute in the field of research and higher education and training in agricultural sciences. The institute is situated in Mumbai and is administered by the Indian Council of Agricultural Research. The IARI was responsible for the research leading to the Green Revolution in India of the 1970s. How many of these statements given above are correct? Only 1, only 2, all 3, none of the above. The Indian Agriculture Research Institute recently introduced a new high-yielding wheat seed variety HD3386. About this institute, it is India's largest and foremost institute in the field of research and higher education and training in agricultural sciences. The institute is situated in Delhi and administered by the Indian Council of Agriculture Research. History. IARI, popularly known as Pusa Institute, began in 1905 at Pusa with the generous grant of £30,000 from an American philanthropist Henry Phipps. The institute was then known as the Agriculture Research Institute, which functioned with 5 departments, namely agriculture, cattle breeding, chemistry, economic botany, and mycology. Bacteriology unit was added in 1907. The name of ARI was changed to Imperial Institute of Agriculture Research in 1911, and in 1919 it was renamed Imperial Agricultural Research Institute. Following a devastating earthquake on 15th January 1934, the institute was shifted to Delhi on 29th July 1936. Post-independence, the institute has been renamed IARI. Mandate of IARI: basic, strategic, and anticipatory research in field and horticultural crops for enhanced productivity and quality research in frontline areas to develop resource use efficient integrated crop management technologies for sustainable agricultural production system. Serves as a center for academic excellence in the areas of postgraduate and human resource development in agricultural science. Provide a national leadership in agricultural research, education, extension, and technology assessment and transfer by developing new concepts and approaches, serving as a national referral point for quality and standards. It attains the status of a deemed university in the year 1958. The IARI was responsible for the research leading to the Green Revolution in India of the 1970s. So the answer is only 2, because the institution is situated in New Delhi, not Mumbai. Thank you. This is the today's session.